Advaitam, non-duality. And what kind of Advaitam? Not the one we read in the text, experiential. If you do this patch of color, no flower apart from that patch of color and shape. No patch of color and shape apart from seeing. No seeing apart from awareness. All things seen are nothing other than I, the awareness. All things heard are nothing apart from I, the awareness. So also all things smelt, tasted, touched, thought, understood, loved, hated, desired. All of those things are nothing apart from I, the awareness. Non-duality, nothing apart, no second reality, no second, non-dual, Advaitam. What is Advaitam? You are Advaitam. You are non-dual. You are this non-dual consciousness. All the time available to us. All you need to do is claim it, notice it. It is so. What practice is necessary? Nothing. No practice. Just like going to the Garrison Institute does not mean that you have to get up and go somewhere actually. You just have to know this is the Garrison Institute. This is Brahman. This is what we are. Choicelessly so. And completely, safely, securely so. Look at the result of this. Old age, disease, death, of the appearance called the body, before and during and after, I am. No old age, disease or death for me, the awareness. Depression, unhappiness, misery, of the appearance called the mind. Happy feeling, no, nothing more than like seeing a patch of nice color, like a nice flower. Nothing apart from me, the consciousness. Happy feeling, nothing apart from me, the consciousness. Miserable feeling, like seeing some piece rotten or some dirty thing. If you see on the ground, it's an appearance, a patch of color and shape. Similarly, a miserable thought, a painful experience in the mind, disappointment, nothing other than a patch, in an appearance in me, the consciousness, not affected me at all. Neither life affects me, nor death affects me. Beyond birth, life, or death, am I the awareness. But birth, life, and death are not apart from me, the awareness. They appear in me. I am immortal. I am free. I am immortal and free. I am all inclusive, and therefore unconditional love for all. I am vast and transcendent like the sky, but also immanent in and through everything. Not as slogans, not as rhetoric, directly available now. This is the nature of awareness. This is the real witness consciousness. Now, this is not a practice. If you have understood, if you have followed what was going on, it is not actually a practice. It is a direct pointing to the ever-existing reality. If we wanted truly awaken into Brahma-jnana, Aham Brahmasmi, if we truly awaken into our Brahma-jnana, what will happen is, this is exactly what we'll recognize. If you can stay here, then this is the state of a Jivan Mukta. You know what is a Jivan Mukta? If we are beginning to get what is being said here, imagine this being your natural state. All the time, effortlessly. That is a Jivan Mukta. Freed while living. It is all the time actually our natural state. It is a strange thing called a confusion created, call it Maya or whatever, or the play of Shiva, that we feel it is something incredible that I have to attain. So actually this is not a meditation exercise. It's a simple statement of fact. One day a shift will come. Right now it feels like a meditation exercise. To whom does it feel like a meditation exercise? To the thinking mind. The mind which thinks of itself as an embodied awareness. To that mind it feels like a tremendous exercise, meditation exercise. To that mind, not to awareness. Awareness is given. And even now, as we do this, if you think about it, it will be uploaded, recorded and uploaded. Listen to it again. And you think about it, you will get this a sense of peace, a sense of limitlessness, a sense of deep, lasting contentment will dawn upon us. And even when we are not doing it, in the gaps, when we are busy with the world, we are back to our limited awareness, body, mind, and engaging with the world. A fragrance of that infinity will follow us. Until, this is not the end, until a permanent shift occurs. Right now we think we are this embodied person who has, somebody put it beautifully, a door, as if it's a door to infinity which has really opened up in front of us. Dare we walk through it into the open sky. This is our state now. Soon a shift will come when we are always outside in the open sky, in infinity. That becomes our natural state. And to interact with the world, you will have to assume body-mind identity. I, the infinite, in order to interact with you guys, have to pretend to be Bill for a while. This thing called Bill. I'm not making this up. This is in the Panchadashi. Sri Ramakrishna also says, sometimes he would say, this thing. Aware of ekhane, this place. Aware of the limitless nature. In order to interact within Maya, I limit myself as it were, this thing apart from that, and now interact. That's also fun. Swami Vivekananda said, simple phrase, stand on the self. This is standing on the self, owning up to the fact this is there right now. It's perfectly compatible. If you want to follow your breath for the next 20 years, fine, no harm there. You have the infinite awareness, who can stop you? You want to follow your breath for 20 years? Repeat Hamsa for 40 years? Meditate on Ishta Devata, all those are beautiful things. No, really, Sri Ramakrishna put it very beautifully. This is the deepest explanation of his statement. Advaita Gyan Achole Bede Jaichitai Karo. Tie the knowledge of Advaita firmly to the hem of your cloth. That means stand on Advaitic knowledge. Then do whatever you like. Your devotion, or your service, seva, social action, or meditation.
Everything.
You can be a hermit in the mountains. You can be a tremendously active person, being a blessing to society, whatever. You are settled firmly in your nature as awareness.
Okay. I see it a break.
Try to do one thing. I am awareness, and everything is an appearance in me. The moment you give physical reality to the world outside, I'll repeat, the moment you give physical reality to the world, there's an external real world outside. You know what will happen? You will immediately be the body. The body will also become real. And then awareness will become an embodied, a feature of this body. Then you will think, okay, how is the brain producing awareness? Hard problem of consciousness. The philosopher Galen Strawson said, there is no hard problem of consciousness. Awareness is ever directly available to us. In awareness, matter, body, brain appear. And we have somehow thought matter, body, brain are primary. How is this brain now generating awareness? Hard problem. He said, consciousness is not the hard problem. The hard problem is matter.